says, oh my God, like I spent all these years corporate America, working hard, making money, but I never got this type of satisfaction and fulfillment when you actually help people and people tell you, you know what? I was afraid and now I'm not afraid, now I'm going to take the next step, I'm going to become an entrepreneur. Being grateful puts you in a state of mind that creates attitudes that attracts people and opportunity that can help you in your success. Being ungrateful, on the other hand, repels the opportunity. So gratefulness attracts, ungratefulness repels. Some of the most successful people in the world are very grateful. And they make it a practice to express their gratitude very, very frequently. And it's like magic. It just attracts the right people into your lives. So be grateful. Number 4, embrace the abundance mindset. Many times I heard in my podcast when I'm talking to my guests, I always ask them this question: what do you think is the biggest challenge that's holding us back as a Latino community? And one of the top answers is always scarcity mindset. Like, you know what? It's thinking scarce. It's like Robert Torilla, a civic leader, says, and an author, it's the green monster of the envidia. That we don't help each other. We don't collaborate as much as we should. We don't collaborate because the scarcity mindset tells you that, you know, there's a fixed pie and you better get the bigger slice, otherwise you're going to get nothing, right? And if you help your competition, you're going to get like a smaller slice. Well, that mindset only leads to failure. How many people that think like that do you know in your life? The abundance mindset, on the other hand, is a mindset where you see a pie that's expanding, that says that if you get better and collaborate, you make the pie bigger so everybody wins more. What happens when everybody wins more? You create more value is rewarded by the marketplace, and you're better off. You're much better off. So it's very important to embrace that abundant mindset, to collaborate, to help, and to create value, because that's the way you will get ahead. We lift ourselves up by lifting each other up. There's no reason why Latinos and Latinas should be taking each other down. We can be the source of our biggest support. So let's embrace the mindset of abundance. The next principle is to invest in yourself and become a learning machine. The best investment you can ever make is in yourself. And if you see yourself as an asset that's going to produce value for the rest of your life, it becomes very, very clear. I don't know any successful people that don't read. So by reading, what you do is you're basically feeding your mind and your soul great high-quality food, right? So it's the same as the body. They need food. So if you feed TV and entertainment and gossip and all these things that many times they're like junk food, what happens? You don't progress. I promise you, if you read a book a week, you'll transform your life. So embrace the love of learning, of stuff that you like, and learn throughout your lifetime. School is just the beginning. So when you come here in a year or two, you come to college, that's just the beginning. But nowadays, you got to learn all your life to be able to become successful and stay successful, because that's what the marketplace demands. Thankfully, we got like all sorts of online courses, podcasts, books that you can learn from. So take advantage of those and become a learning machine. So if you were to ask all the people that I interviewed for the book and many successful people in the world, what would have happened if you hadn't taken that first decision to make your dream a reality? Like Manny Ruiz, founder of Hispanicize, it's probably the most prominent Hispanic event in the US. There would be no Hispanicize, right? So he would be depriving of all the value that he created to himself, to his family, and to the world, because he didn't take that first step. So when you're afraid to take that step, think, what will happen if my vision doesn't become reality? So mentorship is when somebody 15, 20 years ahead of you tells you the way, helps you find the way, and saves you years of pain, of getting your head against the wall, and accelerates your career dramatically. So that's what a mentor does. It's very important to find a mentor, because otherwise you're just gonna fail, and you're just gonna make it happen as fast as you can. Be a giver and surround yourself with people that pull you up. Como decía mi mamá, dime con quién andas y te diré quién eres, ¿no? And in life, there are two types of people. There are givers that give and don't expect anything in return. There are matchers who, if you help them, they'll help you. That's most people. And then there are takers. Takers take. They ask for help and don't give you anything in return. Now, the problem with takers is that they'll drag you in the mud with them, right? They're usually envious. They usually don't like other people succeed. They want people to pull them down to their level. So beware of takers. Take the takers out of your life because they won't help you get to where you want. If you want to be successful, you need to give and surround yourself with other givers. Now, to be able to surround yourself with other givers, you must yourself give first. Because otherwise, they'll take you out of their lives. You give by helping out, by doing anything you can, and you'll see the difference that this can do in your life. Because once you build that network around you, these are people that are going to support you throughout your life, throughout your career. They're going to help you get there. And they're going to do it genuinely. They're going to help. They're going to be good people. We're all unique. We all have something inside of us that nobody else has. You have a personality, your skills, your culture. So you have a monopoly on what you can offer to the world. Right? The problem is that the media and many other influences ask us to conform, to be like everybody else, right? To not stand out, right? Otherwise you get picked on. It's like, okay, you don't stand out, you just be like everybody else. Well, the fact of the matter is that the marketplace rewards the creators of value. And what more value can you create in your life than your own unique value? And where you find this value is in the intersection of your gifts. So that's those strengths that you only have, that you have to find out by thinking independently, by being yourself. Your mission, which is what you want to do with your life, what's your calling. And there's an exercise that I talk about in the book. You'll get your book in a couple of weeks, where you can find that mission. And then from there, you can figure out, okay, what problem do I want to solve? What big problem do I want to help people with? And who do I want to serve? And that's your unique value. So build your own monopoly based on your unique value. Don't copy anybody else. Because you can't succeed if you copy anybody else. The only way you can succeed is if you're yourself, and if you're the highest expression of yourself. Once you find that, then you can master what I call the one thread you can do better than anybody else. And the one thread is not one job. Actually, there are studies that show that people have like the equivalent of 14 careers during their lifetime. But the one thread is that combination of your mission, of your skills, your abilities, your passion, that converts. So in my example, my one thread is serving the Latino world. I serve it through my podcast, through my book. I'm going to come out with an online academy. I serve through my work at Nuestro Queso. I'm the marketing director there. We serve Latino consumers. So I become an expert in how to serve the Latino world, the Latino market. So that gives me huge synergies because whatever I learn from any activity helps and builds on itself and makes me more of an expert. So if you do that, you're building one thread, and at some point you're at the top of your industry. And if you work hard to improve, because there's a difference. Many people work hard, but very few people work hard to improve. If you work hard to improve every day, you'll get to the top in 10, 15 years, I guarantee it. When you create your own dream, you create value. And by value, I mean you can be creator of music, you can create technology, you can create businesses, you can create ideas, you can create a movement. But if you don't create, you don't get rewarded. So you gotta create. One way is to have your high side hustle, like many of us have. You can have your job, and you can have your side hustle at the same time. You're building something at the right time, you jump. You don't have to go in all the time, but it's important to keep this in mind. If you want to be an entrepreneur, the risk is not what it seems. If you want to build wealth, this is the best way to build wealth in our community, is through entrepreneurship. From today, save $100 a month. Up to the age of 63, you'll have $1 million when you retire at age 63. Just $100, so just the cost of a cell phone plan. Want to go faster? Save $400 a month. You'll be a millionaire by 50. More impatient? Save $1,000 a month. You'll be a millionaire by 40. So it's very possible. But people ask me, how am I going to save $400, $1,000? I don't make that much. Okay? Well, the answer is two things. One is increasing your income. And how you increase your income is you put into action what you learn from the most successful people in the world. You become an entrepreneur. You create value. You get rewarded for that value. So that's number one. Number two, you live below your means. How do you live below your means? You avoid debt like the plague. First of all, you resist the temptations that you're going to have when you come to college. You get bombarded by offers from all sorts of credit card companies that want you to basically, with a year of free money, want you to get a credit card so you can spend more than you earn. And then what happens, you get in debt, you have debt payments, and nobody pays their credit card on time, so they have to pay interest. So when you buy something, $100 actually costs you at least $115 because of 50% interest rate if you have your credit. Plus, you add to that the cost of opportunity of not investing those dollars and making money on it. So that's 10% more. So actually you're paying 125% for something that should cost 100, right? How many of you think it's smart to pay more than the price tag for anything? It's not, right? But that's what you do when you use a credit card. So avoid debt like the plague, because the moment that you avoid debt, you're able to build wealth much faster, save faster, invest faster. You don't have any payments. It's beautiful. So anything you earn, you can save. If you don't act on it, if you don't take action, nothing's going to happen. But if you do, you can change your life. And these examples of all these people that come from all sorts of different Latino backgrounds, many times, many very challenged, have made it. So Robert Renteria, who was here last year, who grew up without a father, grew up in the barrio with all the struggles that come with that, was in a gang, got in trouble, became a VP of a nationally traded company, and now is a best-selling author, speaker, civic leader, very successful guy. If he can make it, you can too. So make that decision today, keep the fire in your belly burning, and you will lograr tu dream. Muchas gracias.